Hey everybody, it's JV17402 and welcome back to another episode of Nancy Drew, Secret of Shadow Ranch. In this episode, we will be fixing this hole in the basket here. This is the junior mode solution. I think there is a difference in junior and senior. I'm pretty sure there is. But anyways, you pretty much have to match up the patterns. Oh crap! You pretty much have to match up the patterns to the other end, to the ends of the other end of the basket. And while I'm doing this, I will be singing you a little song that I learned in middle school, 8th grade, I believe it was. Here it goes. There's a hole in the bucket, dear Liza, dear Liza. There's a hole in the bucket, dear Liza, a hole. Let me know if I'm annoying you guys. Although I probably won't be able to hear you, but you know, feel free to let me know if I'm annoying you. What's next? So fix it, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. So fix it, dear Henry, fix it. With what shall I fix it, dear Liza, dear Liza? With what shall I fix it, dear Liza? With what? With straw, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. With straw, dear Henry, with straw. The straw is too long, dear Liza, dear Liza. The straw is too long, dear Liza, too long. So cut it, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. So cut it, dear Henry, cut it. With what shall I cut it, dear Liza, dear Liza? With what shall I cut it, dear Liza? With what? With a knife, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. With a knife, dear Henry, a knife. The knife is too dull, dear Liza, dear Liza. The knife is too dull, dear Liza, too dull. And now I shall fix this basket momentarily.
Voila!
And that is the junior mode solution. I will now be moving on to the senior mode solution. Alright, moving on to the senior mode solution of this basket. And continuing on with my little song here. Where was I? So sharpen it, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. So sharpen it, dear Henry, sharpen it. With what shall I sharpen it, dear Liza, dear Liza? With what shall I sharpen it, dear Liza? With what? With a stone, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. With a stone, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry, a stone. The stone is too dry, dear Liza, dear Liza. The stone is too dry, dear Liza, too dry. So wet it, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. So wet it, dear Henry, wet it. With what shall I wet it, dear Liza, dear Liza? With what shall I wet it, dear Liza? With what? With water, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. With water, dear Henry, water. With what shall I fetch it, dear Liza, dear Liza? I don't see the solution for this piece here. With what shall I fetch it, dear Liza? With what? With a bucket, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. With a bucket, dear Henry, a bucket. There's a hole in the bucket, dear Liza, dear Liza. There's a hole in the bucket, dear Liza, a hole. So fix it, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. So fix it, dear Henry, fix it. With what shall I fix it, dear Liza, dear Liza? With what shall I fix it, dear Liza? With what? With straw, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. With straw, dear Henry, with straw. The straw is too long, dear Liza, dear Liza. The straw is too long, dear Liza, too long. So cut it, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. So cut it, dear Henry, cut it. What's next? With what shall I cut it, dear Liza, dear Liza? With what shall I cut it, dear Liza? With what? with a knife, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry, with a knife, dear Henry, a knife. The knife is too dull, dear Liza, dear Liza. Excuse me. Where was I? The knife is too dull, dear Liza, too dull. So sharpen it, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. So sharpen it, dear Henry, sharpen it. God, Henry, you're such a dipshit. And that's it. I guess I'm done with my song now. And there we go. Fix the basket. And now I'm going to continue collecting eggs from these chickens. Unless there is no more. Alright, I gotta go out the chicken coop and make them respawn. Turn around, Nancy. No. There's one. I think we need 6 altogether. Okay, that's 3. No. 4. 5. And, one more. Oh! Whoops.
Yikes! Maybe I'll come back when she's not in such a foul mood.
Oh, guess I better have read the sign. Don't even think about taking my eggs when I'm here. It makes me crazy. Yeah, I guess I should have seen that before I tried to take them. So anyways, gotta make the chicken. Why are you still here? You know what? Maybe I gotta go back in the house. And then turn around. Yeah, there you go. She left now. Alright, and then that should be enough eggs.
Got those eggs for me?
Right here.
Good for you. Anything I can do for you now?
Do you think I could get a canteen of water from you?
Got one right here. You're good to go.
Alright, well, thank you, Mr.
Don't
Shorty.
be a stranger.
Alright, well, now that I got a canteen of water, I should be able to take that writing quiz from text so that I can go writing over to Mariazzi's. You can find answers to the quiz, like, all around the ranch. Like, you can find them here. I think you can find them here. Yeah, you can find it. You can find some like in the shed here. You can find it here. You can find them even in those 2 books.
Need something?
Or online, I think. Or online on Nancy's phone.
May I go riding now?
Yep. If you got everything I told you need, and you think you know your stuff when it comes to horses, old Bob's all yours.
Talk to you later.
Yahoo.
Yeah, there's a few books in the house that can that'll have some of the answers. You can find some of the answers in here, and I think that's about it. Maybe on Nancy's phone. I don't really know though. All right, so what you want to do is lift this up. Oh wait, whoops. Have that tightened all the way.
Come on, Bob.
And then take the reins and go out.
I'm ready.
Whoa, Tex, you just got a
Ready for some questions?
you got a very old school cowboy there, right there.
I think so.
Where's a horse's hocks?
The answer to that is on its back legs.
On its back legs.
That's 1 out of 10.
Ask me something else.
Where's a horse's frog?
On the bottom of
On the
its
bottom
hoof.
of its hoof.
2 out of 10. Got a long way to go.
Ask me something else.
How tall is a horse that's 15 hands?
Okay, so a hand is 4 inches, I believe. So 15 times 4,
5 feet.
60 inches, so
Time
5
to
feet.
go.
Ask me something else.
What kind of a horse is a Paso Fino?
I think it's a gated horse.
A gated horse.
That's 4 right.
Ask me something else.
How can you tell if a horse is colican?
Keeps lying down, standing
It
up.
keeps lying down, then standing up.
That's 5. You're halfway there.
Ask me
All right,
something
well,
else.
good.
What's the difference between a bay and a chestnut?
A bay has black points, I think.
A bay has black points.
Bingo. That was number 6.
Yep, there we go.
Ask me something else.
What tribe bred the first Appaloosas?
First Appaloosas. The Nez Perce, I
The
think.
Nez Perce.
7 down. You're in the home stretch.
Yeah, there we go.
Ask me something else.
What part of a horse is most likely to be hurt when it founders?
Its feet.
It's feet.
8 right. Just 2 to go.
All
Ask
right.
me something
I'm on a
else.
roll
What
here.
part of the saddle should you always check before you head out on the trail?
The cinch.
The cinch.
This here's your final question.
All right.
I'm ready.
What is a mule?
A mule. The offspring of a female horse and a male
The
donkey.
offspring of a
think.
female horse and a male donkey.
Well, you answered all the questions right.
All right.
And I can tell by the way you sit, you ain't gonna go falling off for no good reason. So you're free to ride outside the corral. Just don't go galloping all over the place. Because if you bring old Bob back all hot and sweaty, you can kiss your cowgirl days at Shadow Ranch goodbye.
Well, shit. All right, well,
Okay, Bob. What do you say we do some sightseeing?
yeah, there we go. Let's go to Mary's Gifts. Let's see, hello, anybody in here?
Hi, can I help you?
Hi, are you Mary Yazzie?
That's me. I didn't hear a car. Did you hike in or come by horse?
I rode here. I'm Nancy Drew.
So where are you staying?
Shadow Ranch.
I heard what happened last night. Tough break for the Raleighs. Getting that place going has been a real struggle for them.
Really? I mean, I don't know. Maybe I heard about it.
How did you hear about it?
Word gets around.
Word gets around.
Here, I have something for you. Bet wanted me to give you this.
Great. I want to buy a small piece of property from them. It must be their response.
I took it and I threw it on the ground.
They rejected my offer. Well, I guess that's that. But as long as you're here, look around. All the jewelry you see, all the rugs, the beadwork, the pottery, they were all made by local artists, including yours truly. So if you want to know something, especially if you want to know how much something is, just ask.
In other words, you want me to buy something, don't you?
I understand that you bought a trunk full of junk from the Raleighs recently.
Yeah, they didn't want much for it, so I took it off their hands. Problem is, I still don't know what's in it because I can't figure out how to open it.
May I take a look at it?
Sure, it's right over there.
It was great talking to you.
Thanks for stopping by.
Let's see, what's over here?
That trunk looks really old.
EH and AH. What's
Would you
down
mind
here?
if I tried to get this open?
Please do. In fact, if you get it open, I'll let you keep something from it. You can have your pick.
That's nice of you. See, do I have anything in here? Maybe. How do I get this open? I don't know what to turn these to. Well, what else do we have around here? FH.
Tuning forks. Cool.
Alright, well, got some tuning forks there. Good to know, good to know. What's this?
What a beautiful horse.
Interesting. Anything else here I should look at? What's this over here? Charlene Purcell. Highly successful romance novelist Charlene Purcell will be touring the Southwest this summer. Blah, blah, blah. Book her today. Call 917-555-7962. Alright, good to know. Well, I think that's going to be about it for this episode. So, next time on Nancy Drew, Seeker of Shadow Ranch, we are going to be looking around the shops some more, maybe, and a bit around Shadow Ranch, see what we can find. Alright, see you guys next time.